Hello and welcome back to the channel with me, Dr. Vivian Atut. Today I am talking with you about a topic that is going to change your life. It's going to transform your life. Have you been battling with success? Have you been battling with what you tell yourself and how you see it manifest in your life? So in today's video we are talking about walking and talking yourself to success, the power of your words, the power of your words. Don't say things you don't want to see in your personal life, in your business life, in the life of your family, your children, or any of your associates. Speak what you want to see. Say what you want to see, the power of your words. So as we get into it, I just want you to go with me again to the good book. The Bible says in Genesis chapter 1, and let me just go to Genesis 1 and let's start from the beginning and where it all started with the power of words. Let's go there. Genesis chapter 1, I would go to verse number 3. So in Genesis 1 from verse 3, it says, "Then God said, let there be light. And there was light. And God saw that light, and he said, it was good. And God separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, and that was day one." And the story continues about how the rest of creation, how the rest of humanity continue to be created with what? The power of words. Be careful what you tell yourself, what you say about your business, what you say about your children, your family, or anything that is important to you. So in today's video, like I said, I'm going to give you five things that are going to change your life, help you to not just talk, but walk the talk and walk yourself to success, and based in our guidance from the Bible, because in my business, in my personal life, that has been my go-to book for every principle, everything that I want to apply in my business and I want to teach. I mean, there is a link to the good book, and it works. And I know it's worked not just for me, it's worked in businesses. Multinationals have applied the same principles. Individuals have applied these same principles, and it has changed their lives. So let me tell you, number one, but before we get into number one, if you are new to our channel, I'm excited to have you on Common Sense Global, where we look at everything from a common sense perspective. We use real world scenarios, we use personal experience, we use biblical principles to make different aspects, whether it's common sense finance, common sense success, common sense entrepreneurship, and different topics that you would find on Common Sense Global. We are glad to have you. Please hit subscribe to our channel, like our channel when we make other exciting videos. Hit notification, you will be number one to know, and let's continue to learn and to grow together, because you can only grow based on the knowledge that you have. So point number one, speak what you want to bring into existence. What is it you want to bring into existence in your personal life, in your business life, in your financial life? What do you want to see? I mean, God said, let there be light. And there was light. Maybe your personal life is full of a lot of darkness right now. Maybe your business is full of light, a lot of darkness, a lot of dead. Things are not moving. Business is not moving. What do you want to see? God said, let there be light. So success starts with what you say, what you speak directly to yourself. Just as God used the same words and said, let there be light. Speak your goals, speak speak your dreams, your desires into existence. Because when we declare every day, I am successful, I am successful, I am capable, I can achieve my goals, I will achieve my goals. And what happens? The universe, everything begins to come together, aligning your thoughts, aligning your what you have spoken, and all this begins to come together to bring you what? Results. So think of the great athletes, think of the mighty Muhammad Ali. This guy used to say what? Muhammad Ali used to say, I am the greatest, I am the greatest, I am the greatest. And it sounds like arrogance. He believed he could walk himself into being the greatest in the court, and he did just that. He did just that. When you begin to speak what you want to see, speak what you want to do, and before you know it, it comes into reality. It has come into reality. God spoke creation into existence. Many people have spoken their visions. I speak to myself every day because I know I am my highest critic. So I am conscious of where I am going, and day by day I try to speak to myself and say, please slow down, please. You need to know that yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can do this business. You can do this proposal. You can make this video. Sometimes just sitting behind the camera, it's not easy for many people, but you've got to tell yourself, I want to do this because I want to achieve my goal. I want to inspire someone out there. So point number 2, after you know that you've spoken your words, you make it a practice, set the tone. Your words will set the tone for your success. God saw the light. God saw the light. As soon as he spoke the light, he saw the light. And what happened? It was very good. So when we speak positively into our lives, we begin to see positive results, and goodness begins to come. You speak and your opportunities begin to align. You begin to see your future. You begin to see how things are expanding for you just because you are speaking and everything is aligning. So what happens? When we think of the story of J.K. Rowling, what happened? J.K. Rowling tried to come up with a great book. She believed she was the greatest writer of her time. She believed she had talent, ability, potential to write this book. She kept believing. Publishers refused to publish her book. They say it's crap. If you're a writer like me and many others out there, sometimes you send your book. I've sent books to publishers, and sometimes they just come back and say, oh, your book, your title doesn't suit what we're doing at the moment, and this and that. You will get rejections. The question is, do you allow that to get into you? And what happened? Rollins took this and said, no, I believe in myself. And she kept writing. And she went from being what? Rejected by publishing houses, rejected by the who is who in publishing, and to creating a multi-billion US dollar business, the Harry Potter franchise. Who would have thought that out of nothing, out of rejection, would come something that the world wants, and everyone is going after it. So your words will begin to bring success your way, if only you believe and follow your steps. The next key point I want us to be mindful of is your word creates boundaries. Boundaries. The difference between successful people and less successful people sometimes is that successful people have boundaries. Successful people know that I can't cross this line. I can't mess around with my time. I can't mess around with going to places that I am not supposed to go. The Bible says God separated what? The darkness from the light. When you want to be successful and you are speaking to yourself, there are places that are no go. There are things that you don't want to meet because you know that it's just going to bring chaos in your life, and it's going to reduce your pace of getting to the successful place that you want to get to. So words have this power to separate the things that are valuable to us and create boundaries around our lives, so our time becomes very important. So you speak clarity, you speak direction, and say, when I wake up this morning, this is what I'm gonna do. This thing constitute the light. The light are the things that make you shine. These things constitute the darkness, the things that will draw me back. Today when I wake up, I'm not going to spend time browsing on the social media or anything that would give me waste my time and take me steps backward instead of going forward towards my goal. So think about someone like Elon Musk. This guy spoke about the vision of Tesla, spoke about the vision of SpaceX, and he kept speaking about these things even when they did not exist. And before you knew it, they have come into existence, and speaking and believing in those things and creating boundaries that help him to actually go into the technical rooms and bring these things into existence. Because what will give you those boundaries? It will help you to constrain yourself, to birth a vision, to bring the things that you are speaking into existence, because you have separated yourself through your what you've separated yourself from the things that will draw you back. So another thing that I want us to talk about, point number 4, is that your words will influence your environment. Your words will influence your environment. God said, let there be a vote. Let there be a vote between the waters. The waters is a different environment from the land environment. So you've got to define what kind of environment will grant me success. What kind of environment will take me to exactly where I want to be. So what will help you to be able to separate your environment, so you create a conducive, the water is a conducive environment for the fish and all the water creations to flourish and to grow. If you take a fish out of water and you put them in land, they are surely going to die. And if we take men and you and I and put you to live in water, we will surely not survive. So it's the same like your business. What begin to frame that environment that will help you to nurture and to grow your business. I mean, think about someone like Oprah Winfrey. I mean, born in an environment of poverty, an environment of struggle, but she kept believing in herself and began to speak into her life and her career and her potential and the things that she could do. And what did this do? That began to separate her from an environment of poverty to an environment where she could nurture her dreams, grow her dreams, and she is the global success and one of the most influential women in the world that we know today. And that came from the power of her words. And finally, point number 5, don't mess around. Whether you have the right words you've spoken, let there be light, the Bible says, and let there be light. You can speak, let there be light. You can have your boundaries, you can have the right and environment and all that. But if you don't walk the talk, if you don't do what you need to do, if you don't wake up the odd hours, I wake up every morning before sunrise. I wake up early every morning. What drives me? My dreams. What drives me? My vision. So if you don't walk the talk, if you don't put in the hours, there is no magic about success. There is no fly by night. There's no such a thing. Except you win the lottery or you do some of the funny things around. There is no cheap success. If you get it cheap, surely it's not success. Ask anyone that is successful in the world. They will tell you they've put in their hours and they have been able to walk the talk. Think about successful businesses like Jeff Bezos and the Amazon story. I mean, he just believed that he is going to build the most amazing customer-centered business in the world. And today we're talking about Amazon growing in all dimensions and influencing people all over the world. I mean, one of the biggest organizations in the world, just from words of the vision carrier to bringing it. I mean, he could have said these words and stayed in his garage or in his house and pray about it, and nothing will happen. He had to walk the talk and go out there and do what he needs to do to bring these into existence. So as we begin to round up this series for today, this topic for today, talking about walking the talk, walk yourself to success. I want you to remember that success starts with your words. Success starts with your words, but it doesn't end there. Speak the right words to yourself. Get yourself into the right environment, set boundaries for your success, go out there and walk the talk. I want to thank you for joining us in this video today. If you're a first time member of our community, I hope you learned something. I mean, I like to hear from you. What have you been telling yourself? What are some of the challenges you have, either in actually bringing this to practice? Because at the end of the day, my goal on social media, it's not entertainment. My goal on social media is not to make anyone feel good. My goal on social media, it's actually to inspire people to take action. And I believe that if you just watch one of my videos like this one of today, and you go out there and you speak those words to yourself continuously, and you follow just these 5 steps. I always say it's not how much you know that makes a difference in your life. It's how much you practice of what you know that will make a difference in your life. So just write out a few things that you want to tell yourself. Set the environment. Watch this video over and over. Set the right environment. Set the boundaries that you need to set for yourself. Go out there and walk the talk. Do the things that you need to do. And I want to get feedback. And how is this working for you? Because I believe that social media today is flooded with a lot of talk, but the question is it benefiting us? Rather than watching tons and tons of videos every day, just watch one video a day that you need and practice what you learned from it. So thank you for joining me on the channel again this day. I hope I did make sense. If I did, share the good news. Keep coming back as I continue to produce videos that add value to yourself. Until next time, be good.